You know, it's the dog days of summer and the fish scatter out all across the lake, shallow to deep. You need multiple baits, multiple techniques to have a successful day on the water. So I went online to Outlet Bait and Tackle and ordered some of the baits we're going to use on today's show. Shallow running crankbaits, frogs, spinner baits, my favorite baits to catch them this time of the year. The good news is I've got my good friend Nick Teeters on board to keep us entertained and help us have a good time. Hey, stay tuned. The Bass Doctor starts now. All right, Nick, first thing this morning, first stop of the day, what do we got here?
Well, mainly what I stopped here to fish is boat docks and little small coves with grass beds in them. It's shallow water. It's nothing more than 5-6 feet deep throughout most all of this. Early morning, these fish move up on the boat docks, feed, till the sun comes up. And then they kind of back off and look for structure.
Right. It's a good first of the morning spot.
Good first of the morning spot. Great morning and evening spot.
I like the water clarity here.
I love the water clarity. The nice thing about this lake is that it basically has its own low head dam, so a spillway,
yep,
if you will, and it controls its own, its own flood patterns. So even
you got him?
No.
Come on.
Yeah, I wasn't quite ready. But it controls its own flood pattern, so even if it rains and everybody else is flooded and holding water, Lake Lemon will, drain out, be done, just like a farm pond or anything else.
Gotcha.
It'll be fishable in, 2, 3, 4 days.
Gotcha.
That might have been a good fish, but I don't think it was. I think it was just...
I got a fish this time. Got him. Got him on the RSC. Look at that one.
Well, he's skinny as a
I'm
rail.
hungry.
He's
got
starving.
a face full. Oh! Ooh! Yes, sir. Look at here. Look at here. Uh-huh. So you can catch fish.
Well, yeah, I can catch fish. Absolutely.
Nice one. I saw him come off of that post right there.
Yeah.
He just smashed that spinnerbait.
Well, see, that's kind of what I'm hoping. You'll keep throwing that crankbait, and the bigger bass truly want a spinnerbait today.
I see that already.
All right. You have a good day, little friend.
There he is. There he is. A little shallow cranking fish, Mr. Nick. Oh,
nice fish.
A mean one. It's a mean one. Come here, young fella. Come here, young fella. He was not coming off, Nick. Not at all. You got him.
You just want to make
Look
crank
at that splatterback. It never ceases to amaze me just how shallow the fish. There's another one. Just how shallow they'll get. But I was just getting ready to say the last one I caught was right on the bank. The first crank into it. They're just little ones. Hey, don't do that, young man.
Poor little.
Get back in. Better try that again. But seriously, that was the first crank in, just right on the bank.
And I've had 2 or 3 hits where as soon as the bait hits the water, they're there.
Ooh.
And the water temperature's 79.3 degrees, which is not super hot, but it's not, you know, the 60-degree bite that you get in spring and fall.
Right.
And these fish are right up there in it. As long as they've got good oxygen content, they're going to be up shallow feeding.
That's right.
On whatever bait. And if you look at the general structure of a lake, most of your smaller bait fish are going to be up in, you know, 2 to 3 feet of water. Yeah.
Closed captioning provided by Outlet Bait and Tackle. Best deals in fishing and great selections of the best gear.
For those of you that don't know who Nick Teeters is, he's a full-time firefighter and a part-time guide. He's also a local tournament stick, and he knows his way around the lake. Oh, one more fun fact about Ranger Nick. He's no stranger to TV. He's been on several different shows, and for good reason. He knows how to catch a lot of fish, but he knows how to have a great time too. Hey, this guy knows how to ring the fish's dinner bell.
How'd you like that?
That sounded like the dinner bell.
That was the dinner bell.
He gives dance lessons. Do it with you. He does amazing magic tricks.
You reach under here like this and you go, shake the pad.
What do we?
And look.
That's magic.
It is magic because where's the bait?
The bait's gone.
There is no bait. I just picked that fish out from under the pad. That's how
Magic.
good I am.
And he even writes and sings his own songs.
Grab my tackle when the sun comes up. Throw it all in my pickup truck. Head on out the old dirt driveway.
Oh, while he's singing. While he's singing.
Gonna catch a largemouth bass today. I see the lake coming up on the right. There's not another boater in sight.
This is like a video.
I gotta get down and put the boat in. Oh, how I just can't wait until then. Grab my tackle when the sun comes up.
Dude, you didn't even skip a beat.
Throw it all in my
You're
pickup
still not skipping a beat.
Head on out the old dirt driveway. Gonna catch some largemouth bass today. Wow, the
I
wind's
think the
starting to
heron
come.
ate them all.
There's one.
Uh-oh.
That's a better fish right there.
Oh, there's a
Oh,
decent
that's a
one,
nice
bud.
fish, yeah.
There's a good one. Well, he got all over that spinnerbait.
Yeah, he did.
He came right off of that point. That's a good one, man. You want me to get him for you? You got him? Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Line stretcher.
Solid one.
Solid keeper. That's a great tournament fish right there.
I'd take
Absolutely.
him all day
5 of
long.
those any day,
All day
anywhere.
long.
Except maybe at Falcon.
In the Midwest, we'll take him, right?
Absolutely.
Nice and bud. I got your rod.
Thank you, sir. That's a nice fish. We'll take those all day long.
A lot of times late in the summer, you know, there doesn't seem to be a pattern sometimes. I mean, we've caught some off of riprap, we've caught some out of grass, you catch some on boat docks, and you know, that's, when you talk about junk fishing, there's just no pattern. I mean, there can be one here and one down there, and
And you can, yeah, you can.
Oh, you missed it.
Yeah, that was a nice hit. You know, just for example, you're using a crankbait, I'm using a spinnerbait. A lot of times what I tell people is fish your strength, you know. You're gonna go out here and there's gonna be fish on this lake that'll bite anything.
Right.
You know, and there's gonna be fish that like a crankbait, and there's gonna be fish that like a spinnerbait and a frog and a topwater. Fish your strength, fish what you're comfortable with.
And cover water.
And cover water. Broken down dock.
Get it? Did he get it?
Yes, boy. He's teasing you. Go ahead.
And there's a heron sitting over there on that log. I hear they fish for a living too.
They do. And what will shock you about a heron is the size of the fish that they can actually eat. I had a trail camera set up on a pond dam, you know, watching for deer. And I had it set on video, and I just so happened to catch a great blue heron walking into the water, catching a 2-pound largemouth, dragging it up on the bank, and then swallowing the entire thing. And I'm going, this is unreal. This is awesome. I mean, that's a 2-pound fish, you know, 15, 16 inches long.
You've caught, you know, 4 or 5 pretty quick right there on the spinnerbait. What are you doing with your retrieve? How are you getting those fish to bite?
I like a steady, slow retrieve. However, if you watch the way I throw a spinnerbait, for example, you take this point right here. I like to mimic the way a bait fish will swim. You never see a bait fish swim straight out into the lake. They know they're going to get eaten if they do that. So I try to swim it around the structure and make it look like a bait fish that's basically darting in and out of the structure. And that's really the only thing I do any different. There's a fish.
You get it? That one came right off the riprap, didn't it?
Right off the riprap.
Yeah, good one.
Give me a little nice aerobatic show.
Uh-huh. I see. See how this is going to go today.
Yeah.
I'll take the spinnerbait, he said.
I said I'll take the spinnerbait.
I'll take the spinnerbait.
I'll take the spinnerbait. The spinnerbait might just catch a fish today. All good? Oh, absolutely.
Most of us spend thousands of dollars on our equipment trying to gain an edge on the competition. But when's the last time you thought of your sunglasses as a way to help you catch more fish? Today's prescription of the week has to do with getting a quality pair of sunglasses and getting multiple lens patterns. The first lens pattern that I choose is a solar bat lens pattern, which is amber. This has a tendency to filter out blue light, which makes it great in low light conditions. I usually always start my day with an amber lens. Anytime I'm sight fishing or if I'm looking for specific targets in the water, I like the mossback lens pattern. This has a tendency to bring out the greens in the water and filter out the browns. Anytime you're trying to see objects or fish in the water, you want to choose the mossback lens pattern, and it's their most popular one. Now, if you're a guy who stares down a lot during the day, if you're flipping or pitching or you're drop shotting, make sure you check out this double gradient lens. It's got 2 lens patterns built into one. So if you're looking up, it's got a darker pattern that shades out the sun. And if you're looking down, it has a tendency to bring out the higher contrast and has a lighter pattern. Hey guys, check out these lens patterns by Solar Bat, and we'll see you guys out on the water. We've had a good start to the morning, but the early morning fog is starting to burn off. The sun's up high and the sky's getting bright. You know, one thing you always want to remember is to make constant adjustments throughout your fishing day, and that's exactly what we do. We're headed in to fish tight to the docks and focus on the shade. All right, Nick, so the fog's finally burned off. I know we ran up to the other end of the lake, this place that you wanted to check out. So what are we looking at right here?
Well, virtually, we found out this morning there were fish located around the docks, around the weeds. Same kind of pattern. We moved up the lake, the fog's burned off, the sun's up. Now the fish are starting to relate to, you know, the docks, the structure. To get out of that sun, they're gonna pull back into the shade. We should find some fish along here in these docks.
Dock fish, I like it.
Located right in a shady spot.
Uh-oh,
there's a
big
fish.
Uh-oh, look at here. Listen to that line sing.
Oh, we're out.
Oh yeah. You need a hand?
That's what we're, no, I got this one.
You got him.
That's what we're looking for.
Uh-huh. Get in here.
Come here. Come, quit twisting your head. Open your mouth.
I got your rod, bud.
You know what? Here.
I got your rod.
Let me just do this the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, nice one, bud.
How about that? Spinnerbait.
Got him on the Atlas spinnerbait. Is that 3/8 white?
3/8 white.
Money in the bank.
Nice corner of the mouth.
That's a stud, dude.
That is a stud.
That's a stud.
That's a nice fish.
That's getting
How
it
about
done.
that
Yeah. Nice.
Nice fish. All right, let's get you back in there in the shade. Right in the corner of that dock. But you know, we talk so much about structure and ambush spots, and if you find a dock like this where you've got multiple watercraft, and then you've got the wave runners or the personal watercraft, and they've got their own dock, and you've got 2 or 3 posts right there together, that's the opportune spot. Yeah. First thing I do when I buy a spinnerbait is I always tie the spinnerbait onto my line, throw it out, make a couple casts to see if it's going to run true or not. A lot of times they don't run true right out of the package. If I throw a spinnerbait out, what I want it to do is this body to fall directly underneath the blades. I don't want it to curve up or back in the other direction. So what I'll do is I will bend that frame just slightly in the opposite direction of the way the body's going. That way it straightens that spinnerbait out, keeps the body directly underneath the blades, gives it a great presentation. Absolutely.
Get him.
Fish.
Get him.
We got a jumper.
You must have tuned that spinnerbait just right there, Nick.
Tuned it perfectly. He thinks he's bigger than he is. Oh,
That's
nice.
a solid one.
Solid fish.
I got your rod, man. Nice.
And of course, after I catch the fish, what a nice fish he is, we'll release him back into the water. I'm letting you
there he is.
Crank
good one.
Good fish. Oh, nice fish.
There's a good one.
Absolutely.
Man, he smoked that crank. Ah! Nick!
Hit and miss.
I let him go. Hey guys, let me show you this crankbait I'm throwing today. This is the RSC2 series from Reaction Strike. This is the 100 model. It's gonna run about 2 to 5 foot. It's got a square bill on it, so it's great for fishing shallow cover. And this color I chose today is splatterback, but it mimics a shad perfectly in this stained water. This thing will get down and hunt. It's got some good rattles in it, and it's got good sharp katana hooks. You know, one of the things about summertime fishing is that there may not be a pattern. You know, just like on today's show, we were throwing a spinnerbait and a shallow running crankbait, and we were catching a lot of small fish. But don't let that discourage you. You know, sometimes we call it junk fishing because there's no rhyme or reason as to why things happen. And today we were catching little fish after little fish after little fish on a stretch of bank, and we almost wanted to give up on the pattern that we were fishing. But we stuck with it, and if you stick with it, you'll eventually run into those quality fish during the summertime. But you know what? The summertime is a great time to take the little ones out on the lake. It's a time of the year where I love to take my kids fishing, and you should too. All you've got to do is just put a simple bait in their hand, like the 2 baits we were throwing on today's show, a spinnerbait or the new 2 RSC shallow running crankbait from Reaction Strike. All they've got to do is throw it out and reel it in, and you know they're going to catch some fish. So make sure you get the little ones out on the lake, and it's summertime, it's fun. Oh, and don't forget, bring a camera and capture a few smiles too. What are the buoys for? There he is. There he is. Yeah!
Right off that point.
Yes.
Those
Go to
are,
the left just a hair.
yeah, I'm gonna cut her to the left.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
About time to break the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice fish.
Good one, Nick.
Nice fish.
Good one on the crankbait. Come here, bad boy.
Trying to redeem himself with the crankbait. Look at that, that's a nice fish.
Oh, with a face full of it too. Nice one.
Let's see if he has a sister. I predicted that fish earlier today, if you remember.
Captain. Oh yeah, look at that. Solid one,
Nice
Nick.
fish. Absolutely beautiful fish. I thought you were throwing a spinnerbait.
Another one. Another one.
Another good fish?
Yep, another good one.
Oh,
Good
that's
one.
a big fish, yeah. I saw that fish.
Good one.
That's a good fish.
Oh man, look
That's
at
a
this one.
hog. You need help? Here, let me get you.
Look at this one. Look at this one, boys. Huh? Get him for me, Nick.
I'm watching this.
Get him for me, Nick.
You know what happened here?
No, you didn't.
I dropped
No,
him.
you didn't. No, you didn't. Look at that stud, man.
Look at that stud.
That's like a 4-pounder.
4-pounder. Probably would have
Close
been
to a
5 in
4-pounder.
the spring, but yeah, it's
Skinny.
skinny fish.
Yeah, still looks healthy.
Straight as a string.
That's a good one.
It's a nice fish.
Yeah. Let him grow up a little.
Absolutely.
Nice one.
There we go.
Nice.
Nice.
In the dog days of summer, it's important to have multiple options and multiple techniques ready to help you catch just 1 or 2 extra fish during the course of the day. We're going into an area of lily pads where we had thrown a frog earlier in the morning. The wind wasn't blowing, it was slick calm. But in the afternoon, the breeze picked up. And sometimes just that slightest weather change can make all the difference in you having a successful day.
There he is.
There he is. Dude, is that a good one?
Oh, yeah.
I'd say so. I'd say so. I got him for you. Oh yeah. Look how he's got that frog down his throat. Just bring him in, dude. Look at that. You
All
think
the
he
way
wanted
down.
that frog?
Give me some.
Wow.
Boom. Told you.
That's a stud, bud.
Nice.
I got him for you.
Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate that.
Nice.
A little bit of frog fishing. He says, I don't want to be on that pad.
Nick, dog days of summer, man. We've had a good day. I'm ready to take it to the house. You?
Absolutely, man. It's been a great day. I enjoyed it. You know, you can always wish it was better, but
Yep.
you know what? Dog days of summer, high bluebird skies, not a cloud in the sky most all day today. Very little wind a lot of the times, and we still managed
Still
to catch
caught
some
'em.
really great fish.
Yeah, appreciate you taking me out, man.
Absolutely, man.
Hey guys,
Anytime.
come back and see us next week on the Bass Doctor.